everyone. Welcome to Mahlasedi Talk Show. This is Ree Mutezi, and together with my co-host, Saint. I am so glad that you guys will be joining us on this one-on-one chat with one of the most well-spoken men of God here in Botshabelo, Pastor Itumeleng Moleleki.
This is whereby we're going to be talking about worship in the age of coronavirus. We're gonna be revealing deep things like how it has impacted us, how it has impacted our nation, how it has impacted the lifestyle of Christians. So, can you introduce yourself, sir?
Hello, everyone. My name is Pastor Itumeleng Moleleki. I'm from Church of Christ in Africa. So I'm a pastor of that church. I'm a founder of that church. So it's good to be on the show.
Thank you very much, sir. Would you kindly please explain to us what do you think is leadership in ministry?
Okay, in short, ka bokgutshwane ha re bua ka ketapele, re bua ka responsibility, re bua ka maikarabelo. A leader is someone who has to know hore o tshwanetse go bua how to eng, o tshwanetse go respond how etsagala eng, o tshwanetse go ruta how to eng, o tshwanetse go mamela how to etsagale eng. So ka bokgutshwanyane a leader ke motho o tshwanetse go ka nako go lenyane a dula ikokobeditse. So ke nana ka bokgutshwanyane nka ya ga ba fela jwa.
Okay, Pastor. So can you please tell us how has the virus affected the church? How has it affected people individually?
Well, taba ya this virus is a sad thing for us Christians worldwide.
Okay.
Because now, Harisheba, Christians were told never to gather together to worship. Not because our government doesn't like churches, but it's because the virus is spreading in a massive number. So then to avoid further infections on our people, so it is better to obey the rules given. I think ke arabile, but huntse ho le jwalo. Dintho tse ngata, not only church, not only ka hara kereke, but virus it disturbile everything in the world. E re amme haholo lwang gona ga le baruti mo fumanang hore ha re kgone ho fihlella meya ene re tshwanetse o etsa jwalo ka ile pitso ya rona, re tshwanetse re hapa re hapela modimo jwalo ka ile pitso ya rona. So now virus enana e entse thibella gore e stopile everything, e stopile merero ya rona as pastors, as believers, or ka worshipa modimo wa rona ka tsela jwalo. Even though we worship in our houses, but it is not enough.
Pastor, do you think that saints or believers are well equipped in times of like this?
Well, in times like this, we have believers, of which I think they are not ready yet.
Okay.
They are not prepared yet. Because when we check worldwide, many believers are scared. Many believers are living in fear as to what's going to happen to us. Are we going to die? Is it the end of the world? Then it is not the end of the world. But according to your question, to answer your question, believers in the world, what I can say is that they are not prepared. In short, what I can say, this thing that is happening now, this pandemic that is happening now in this world, it is a wake-up call to us Christians, believers, to, in other words, is a time to test us as to how deep are we with our God, how deep are we in prayers with our God. Because most believers now, they are scared. Most believers now, they lost faith. Most believers now, they are just living for the sake of living. So now they have lost all the hope that tomorrow is going to be all right.
So you don't think that it is a punishment from God?
Well, I don't think it's a punishment from God. What I can say in short, in the book of Revelation, if you read most of chapters in Revelation, things like this were once foretold that is going to take places. In the last days, things like this are going to happen. But it is just the beginning. There's a possibility after this COVID-19 that there will be more severe viruses, more severe diseases that will occur. Now, I don't think God is punishing us on this matter. It's things that we're told that in the last days, things like this are going to take place. And to be honest with you, they are taking place. They are happening. The world is living in fear as to what's going to happen tomorrow. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Why this virus? Is it the end? No, it is not the end. It is just the beginning.
Okay, sir. So, man of God, can I also ask something? How has this affected? Right now, many men of God are preaching online. So, how do you reach out for people that doesn't have cell phones, that cannot hear the word of God? No, so lietsang specifically e kgona hore le ba thuso okay tsela ya nnete ke ena le ba supentse.
Well, it is a tough question. Well, when we check that we are forbidden to walk outside without any permit, without any reason. Okay, now it becomes tough for us pastors, more especially if we have to go and, like, for example, for people who doesn't even have cell phones, who doesn't have access to media, internet whatsoever, it is tough. But for those who have medias, those who have phones, who are using Facebook whatsoever, they get me there on Facebook. Those who are still using WhatsApp, I record videos, small clips of videos, passing the message to encourage them, telling them that it is not over. It is not over. It's just the beginning. But now, the sad part is that we can't reach those people who have no cell phones, who have nothing. Because once we have to go there, it becomes tough for us. We can get arrested, either men of God or not. We can be arrested.
So do you think that there would be a difference if maybe churches were gathering, if there were services happening?
Well, judging from how this virus is spreading in numbers and how it's killing many people, it is kind of like a bit tough about whatever that is happening now, as to how to control it, as to how to stay safe and stay healthy and all the stuff. But it is kind of like tough now. It's kind of like tough now.
So you don't think so?
Well, I don't think so.
Okay. So, sir, another question that I have for you is that right now we all have different beliefs and all that. So my question is that do you think tithe should be sent maybe via bank? Because now what's happening is that we hear different things, people saying no, it's as if you're giving the man of God the money. So I want to hear, how do offering and tithe, is it important? Should we still give it out even in a season like this?
Just to answer the question in short, it is still important.
Okay.
How, Pastor? We have people who are orphans.
Okay.
We have people who are not working.
Okay.
We live around. We know people who doesn't work at all. People who doesn't have both parents. People are still staying together, alone without any source of income. Now, my advice for my side, I think it is advisable if people, they take their offering, of which it is their money. Simply, let me just clarify something, because an offering is something that you give out of your heart freely.
Okay.
So now, when someone see, for example, someone in need, you have your offering, you can just at least go to the shop, buy something, buy some food for those who have nothing. I think, to my side, I'm not shutting any other pastors out there, but to my side, since we can't have any contact with the members or whatsoever, then I think it is advisable if pastors, if people, they can take their offering in a way of giving to the people. After all, in the book of James, there, chapter 1, it speaks about giving. It says that the true religion is visiting those who are in need. Is visiting those who are orphans, widows, those who have no one, those who have nothing. So now the true believer or the true religion of Christianity, it is to visit those people, to help them. So I think giving an offering is a good thing, but you can also give to those who doesn't have anything.
Can I just ask, what is the difference between offering and tithe?
Okay. I think just a few minutes back, I spoke about an offering is something that you give out of your heart.
Okay.
You give not because you are forced to.
Yeah.
You give because you want to.
Okay.
And then tithe, it is the law from God.
Okay.
How does tithe help in churches? Let me just put like that. Tithe, it helps, for example, because now we are living in another days now, whereby we have electricity. We are not living the olden days. We have buildings to maintain, we have things to maintain. So now tithe, it helps to maintain the work of God. It helps to maintain the church. It helps to maintain the building, everything about the building, as well for the men of God to survive. Yes.
Okay. Say, I believe that you said something about giving out to the community that cannot afford certain things.
Yes.
I want to ask, is it important when you're giving out maybe food parcels or maybe anything, maybe the money, is it important to take pictures?
With those people that you're giving?
Yes.
Wow, what a question. Well, to answer this question, I don't think to my side it is important. Why, Pastor? Why are you saying that? This is my opinion. It is not for other pastors, but it is my opinion. It is not advisable to help someone and then you want to make sure that that person appears somewhere. It is like self-gain with someone, with the most privileged people. It's like I want to be known by the world. See, I have a help so and so. See, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. To my side as a
Man of God, there are people that are critically sick, like this virus has done a massive mess. But I just want to know, has there been somebody who has ever called you and be like, man of God, can you please pray for me? I'm sick with this virus. Can you please help?
Up to so far, it seems like people who are infected with this virus are not shown to the world. Reason being, we don't know why are they not showing to the world. But the way things are happening now, we just have to accept the way things they are.
But now, do you think, or do you believe that God can deliver us from this virus that we're in?
I believe so.
Okay.
If the world can come together, call upon God, God can hear us. There is a Bible verse somewhere in the book of Chronicles. God says, if my people who are called by my name,
Yes.
if they will humble themselves
Yes.
and pray and seek my face, then I will hear them and heal their land. So if the world can come together as one, we pray, we become in one faith, one spirit, one heart, God can save us from this pandemic.
Say, I want to ask you something. There's a rumor going around. Most believers
Okay.
say this. They think that coronavirus cannot affect them as saved.
To be honest, believers, there is a Bible that says we have to use intelligent faith.
Okay.
Even if we are believers, it doesn't mean we are bulletproofs. A virus that spread with just a sprinkling of a mud, that thing can enter you. It doesn't matter who you are, a man of God, a believer, it doesn't matter who you are. You don't know some things. You don't know how this virus operates. It operates and it kills. So now, it is easy for believers, everyone, to be affected.
Okay, man of God, right now, I just want to ask something quickly. This virus, do you think that it is a man-made thing, or I don't know, But I just want to know, from your view, from your perspective, do you think is it man-made? Would you say, okay, there's somebody who did this, or
Is it a natural thing?
To be honest, we had so many diseases that occurred before COVID-19. Diseases like cancer, it's not a man-made. Diseases like epileptic, it's not a man-made. All sorts of diseases that we have heard about them, it is not a man-made. Even this one of COVID, I don't believe is a man-made. It is something that was supposed to happen, and it is not also a plague from God. It's just happening as any other disease occurred before.
Man of God, if you are given an opportunity to go, if you were to be given an opportunity for, okay, oh man of God, we allow you to go and pray for people in the hospitals, wherever, if they are at home, would you do it?
Yes, I will,
Okay.
but with precautions, of course.
Okay.
Safety comes first. A man of God or not a man of God, safety comes first. I can go there with my mask on,
Okay.
can go there with my gloves on, maybe with the clothes that are safe for us to enter there. I can do so. I can pray for that. I'm not even scared of coronavirus.
Okay.
So, thank you so much for giving us your time.
Yes.
Before we close, I would like you to please give advice to your followers and other believers out there about this coronavirus.
Okay. Well, I have a short message for everyone watching this video right now. Maybe you have lost hope that this pandemic is going to be over soon. Maybe you are thinking it's the end of the world. It is not. It is just the beginning. There is a Bible verse that says obedience is better than sacrifice. As our president and all the health leaders have stated that we should stay safe, we should follow the precautions. My dear friends, we have to stay safe. One thing I can say to you is that coronavirus will pass and we are going to rise again. We are going to stand again. So keep the faith. Do not give up. Just be in faith. Keep praying. Keep asking God, God, help us on this pandemic so that it may pass. For sure, it will pass. Just stay safe, my friend, and may the good Lord bless you.
Thank you very much. I don't know about you, Saint, but I have learned a lot. I
I've learned
have
a lot.
a lot.
Guys, as you have heard, the man of God just did everything. He just talked his perspective and he just said what the Bible says. So, from Mahlasedi, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Until next time, bye from us.